Hare Krishna. Am I audible?
Hare Krishna, Mataji, Dandavat
Hare,
Pranam.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Danvat Pranam. Danvat Pranam to all devotees. Welcome to Vani Amrit Vani program. Her Grace Yamuna Swarupa Mataji will be giving transcendental words of wisdom, and Bhaktin Shriti Gupta Mataji will be reading Namamrit. Welcome once again for this auspicious program. Hare Krishna. Shriti
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam, Mataji, Dandavat Pranam to all the devotees. To become attached to the chanting of the holy name, one must read Srimad Bhagavatam regularly and with scrutiny. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu presented himself as a grand fool, yet he maintained that all the words that he had heard from his spiritual master strictly followed the principles stated by Vyasdev in Srimad Bhagavatam. Anartho अनर्थोपासमं साक्षात् भक्ति योगम अधोक्षजे लोक लोकस्य जनतु विद्वांस चक्रे सत्वता samhitam. The material miseries of the living entity, which are superfluous to him, can be directly mitigated by the linking process of devotional service. But the mass of people do not know this, and therefore the learned Vyasdev compiled this Vedic literature, which is in relation to the supreme truth. Srimad Bhagavatam 1.7.6. Acting on the instructions of Sri Narad, has very kindly introduced Srimad Bhagavatam to believe the conditioned souls from the clutches of Maya. Lord Chaitanya's spiritual master instructed him, therefore, that one must read Srimad Bhagavatam regularly and with scrutiny to gradually become attached to the chanting of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrit Adi Leela 7.73. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Shri Shri Radharas Bihari ki jai, Shri Shri Sita Ram Lakshman Bhakta Hanuman ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Shri Gaurnitai ki jai. So here the stress is on two things, that is chanting and Srimad Bhagavatam. So we know that simply by chanting the holy name of Krishna, one can obtain freedom from material existence. Indeed, simply by chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, one will be able to see the lotus feet of the Lord. Prabhupada explains that in his Anubhashya, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami says that the actual effect that will be visible as soon as one achieves transcendental knowledge is that he will immediately become free from the clutches of Maya and fully engage in the service of Lord. Unless one serves the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Mukunda, one cannot become free from fruitive activities under the external energy. However, when one chants the holy name of the Lord offenselessly, one can realize a transcendental position that is completely aloof from the material conception of rendering service to the Lord. A devotee relates to the Supreme Personality of Godhead in one of the five relationships, namely Shanta, Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya, or Madhurya, and thus he relishes transcendental bliss in that relationship. Such a relationship certainly transcends the body and mind. When one realizes that the holy name of the Lord is identical with the Supreme Person, he becomes completely eligible to chant the holy name of the Lord. Such an ecstatic chanter and dancer must be considered to have a direct relationship with the Lord. It's such a beautiful relation. According to the Vedic principles, there are 3 stages of spiritual advancement, namely Sambandha Jnana, Abhideya, and Prayojana. Sambandha Jnana refers to establishing one's original relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Abhideya refers to acting according to that constitutional relationship. And Prayojana is the ultimate goal of life, which is to develop love of Godhead. If we such we always live our life in such a way that chanting and Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya, always reading the Srimad Bhagavatam as well as the Bhagavad Gita and nectar of devotion, nectar of instruction, beautiful. All Prabhupada has given so many books to us. These are all transcendental books, and if we keep on reading them, and simply one rises above the platform of materialism and comes to the spiritual platform, and gradually a soul is liberated from the clutches of and definitely from the clutches of death. The grammatical word jugglers cannot bewilder a devotee who engages in chanting the Hare Krishna mantra and giving his life and soul for the seva of the Lord. And simply by doing all this, he engages in his Lordship's service. A sense of all revealed scriptures and all knowledge is present when one addresses the Lord and his energy by the Hare Krishna mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. He thus gets completely liberated. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj ki jai. His Grace Gopalas Prabhuji ki jai. Hare Krishna.
हर ग्रेस यमुना स्वरूप माता जी की